皆さんこんにちは and welcome to Shogo's podcast. So today guys, I like to talk about another topic that I'm pretty sure I'll be making a YouTube shorts about, but I wanted to talk to you guys sooner. So I'd like to introduce this incident to you. Now in Japan, this was called the Samposeru incident. Now what this Samposeru is that you guys might have the image that Japanese elementary school kids have this very unique backpack called the randoseru. Maybe you've seen it in anime before, maybe you've seen it in pictures before, but it's the very square backpack that's usually made out of leather, and there's different colors. Basically, in the past, it was just black and red, but recently there's a lot of very fashionable ones with different colors, and basically there was a item that was sold to carry these bags much more conveniently. Now basically the randoseru, the backpacks that the elementary school kids have to carry, are really heavy with all the textbooks and all the things that you have to put in, like lunch boxes or your water bottles and everything. So there was this new product that was created, that was produced to carry the backpacks, the randoseru, more conveniently. And it's something that you would use to basically put the randoseru on the item, and it has tires, and you have to pull it in the back. Like it's almost like a suitcase almost. So you have this item that was a product that was created. And it's very convenient for the kids. It's not stressful. You get just pull it behind you, so you don't have to put it on your back, And it helped a lot of kids to relieve them from all of the the stress of carrying it on and such. And what's really amazing is that this product called samposeru. Sampo means to go out for a walk. So it's almost like you're taking your randoseru, your backpack, for a walk, and that's a really cute name too, I think. And this product was actually created by elementary school kids themselves. And I think this is really amazing. And the product itself is going viral, and a lot of people are buying it. And kids are able to there's a really loud car outside. I don't know what it is. Yeah, but anyways, there are a lot of kids that are able to use it to walk around outside much more safely and more conveniently. But the problem starts from here. What happened is that the product on some social media, including Twitter and such, actually became a very big problem. A lot of people were criticizing the product. Now, this doesn't make much sense, right? Elementary school kids putting their ideas together, actually creating a product, selling it, making money, making business. That's amazing, right? We should admire them, admire those kids. Because when I was an elementary school student, I wasn't thinking anything at all. So I think it's great. It was like 3 or 4 elementary school boys who got together and created it together. And I think it's really nice. But there were a lot of adults on social media saying that, oh no, kids at that age should try to have better muscles or have gain more stamina by holding onto their bags on their backs. Why should you try to choose an easier path when you're still young? That's the timing when you need to build up a stronger body, so on and so forth. And there were tons of people criticizing these elementary school kids who made this product. There were people even saying that the person who made this product probably don't understand elementary school kids at all. They're not going to be buying this product. And the boys were like, I'm very sorry that we don't understand about ourselves very much. And did you actually take a look at how much of the samposeru, this product that we're selling? And the answer is obviously no. Now, it's very sad that, again, I always say this, but Japan is a super aging society, and there are tons of adults who are like, no, that's not the way it should be, that's not the way you should be doing it. And there's so many people who want to grasp on to their fake fantasy authority that they believe that they have because they're adults. In Japan especially, it's especially strong. It exists in every country, I believe, but especially strong in Japan because we have the hierarchical relationship. That's a very strong hierarchical relationship. So in Japan, there's so many people that believe that just because you become old, you're somehow more important than younger people and younger generations, and you somehow have more experience, have more knowledge, and you don't. We need to be humble. That people in the older generations. I will be soon be in that generation as well. But we need to be humble towards our kids, towards the younger generations. We cannot, what should I say? We cannot underestimate them. You really can't understand how much information they're exposed to, how much what should I say, freedom they have to do whatever they want to. The environment that we had when we were kids and the environment that they have today are completely different. If they have a question, they can look it up immediately. If they want to create something, you can go and buy it on Amazon. It'll be carried to your house, and it's so much more convenient. There's so much more that we could do, and they're going to be doing things that we've never ever thought up before in the past, and that's a good thing. It's a very good thing. We should promote it. We should help it and not pull them down. But again, a lot of people believe that by protecting traditions and not changing the ways they believed was correct is just a way to, say that older people like us are more important. And they're not. They're not. I mean, there are people, everyone is equally, of course, important in terms of life, but that doesn't, just because you're older, doesn't mean you have the right to suppress the younger generations and just tell them that that's not how we did it in the past. It doesn't matter. The people living, the younger generations who are living today are living their own life. It doesn't matter what the adults say. If the adults are asked for help, that's when they should finally help them out. You should let them feel free to do their challenges, make a lot of mistakes, succeed once in a while, and learn from that, and not suppress them. That was really interesting. Is that I was reading a book about the problems of Japan, the social problems, everything. There was one professor that was saying that there's a lot of problems going on in Japan. The economy weakening, the aging society, the population declining, the cheap yen, everything. Everything is all a problem, the suicide rate, everything. But the biggest problem, he explained, the biggest problem in Japan is that there is no innovation anymore. Because I always explain that Japan is a collectivist society. We have groupism, and that's the reason why we tend to pull each other down to the same level, and that's the reason why we can't change. Blah blah blah. But if that was true, how did Japan flourish so much? A few decades back, there was a time in Japan when the economy was really strong. And we made a lot of money from, for example, developing and selling cars and such, or video games. It could be manga and anime and such. We were so good at that, and suddenly we lost everything. What happened? Japan lost innovation. And the reason why Japan lost innovation is because the older generations who lost their energy to actually work like the younger generations started to stop and suppress and pull the younger generation down to feel that they are worthy to exist in society, if that makes sense. The moment you become old and you can't produce as much as the younger people anymore, and you can't work as much as them, you don't have any fresh ideas as much as them, in order to try to feel that I am worthy enough to exist in this world, I still have a meaning to exist, they start to attack others for that purpose to exist. And because in Japan, the average age is 48 years old, the majority of the population are people who are like that. So this is the biggest problem. So in order to solve this, in order to solve all the problems in Japan, basically we need innovation. We need to change the system of our society, of politics, everything, economy and everything. And for that, we need young people who have flexible minds, who are willing to take challenges, and take the risks and do whatever they want to that's inside their head. We need to set them free. We need to set them free. We need to be helping them, encouraging them to do that. Not telling them to be the same. Not telling them what you should be doing is getting good grades in school. What kind of future is that going to bring to them? Japan, especially education in Japan, is meant for people to graduate the schools and work within Japan. But is there a good company in Japan that has a very bright future? That answer is no, and that's very obvious, right? If you really care about this country, going up to the younger generations and suppressing them, telling what they're doing is wrong, or that's not how it's supposed to be done is absolutely wrong. So what I really think is that this is super difficult in Japan. It's very difficult to do in Japan, but there needs to be a lot more people who can properly, correctly, this is really important, correctly ignore those generations. Ignore the people around them. Especially in Japan, this is very difficult, again, because the top priority is thinking about what other people will think about you and such. So it's much more difficult to do, but still we need to do it. And that is exactly what I am willing to do as well. Especially for me being in the world of traditional culture, there are tons and tons of people who come up to me and tell me that that's not what should be done. That's not how it was done. That's not what you should be doing. Everything, literally, including my YouTube channel and such. But I don't care because I'm not doing it for you. I'm doing it for future generations. I'm not here to protect your authority. None of us in the younger generation are here to protect your imaginary gorgeous chair that you think you're sitting on. None of that exists, and we're not here for that. I'm here for the future generations, our kids' kids, to be able to enjoy traditional culture and Japan itself. So whenever I see such problems happening, I am willing to speak up and say that you better be more quiet, the older generations, to go and criticize them. And please be the ones who will support them. Obviously, there were adults that helped out the elementary school kids to produce more of their products, to sell them, make a website and everything. There must have been some adults that helped them. Please be those adults. Please be those adults and not the ones pulling them down. It's my message to Japan, and I am willing to correctly ignore the opinions that are trying to pull me down. Yes, I must always remember that my purpose is for future generations and not for maintaining the fantasy authority of the older generation. So then everyone, as I always say, the ultimate goal of my life is to make all Japan lovers' dreams come true. Well, actually I was talking about this already in today's podcast, but anyways, I know there's a lot of people who are studying Japanese, willing to come to Japan to travel, study, or work, or even train in our traditional culture and such. However, I am very afraid that Japan will not be able to make everyone's dreams come true in the future, as we were just talking about today. There's so many problems in Japan right now. And especially what's worse is that when there's people who try to solve the problems, there are people who stop them, saying that that's not how it's supposed to be done. Well, yeah, that's because there's new problems, there should be new solutions to it, and then you need to do new things, right? Yeah, but there's people who stop them from solving the problems and just try to not do anything. And there are people who believe that that is justice, but that's not true. So I am here to try to solve the social problems in Japan, preserve and evolve traditional culture. Very important, preserve and evolve these two things for traditional culture, and also help out the younger generations so they can have a brighter future. This third element is really important too, because I will eventually become an old person as well, and I will eventually have to leave the front side of any business or any traditional culture, and I need to help out the younger generations from there, so I want to get ready already. Yeah, I'm 28 years old, I'm not going to be young anymore, very soon, so I need to be ready for that as well. And to do that, the nearest goal I have right now is to achieve 2 million subscribers by January 2023 on our main channel. So your likes and comments help to boost our videos. New viewers have never seen our channel before, so it'd be great if you can help us out. And I was just thinking, as I was just saying that, but come to think of it, it'd be great if I can actually invest the elementary school kids who made the samposeru, the product. Yeah, I might actually seriously consider that. Yeah. But anyways, these are the things that I really want to do to help out the younger generation so they can help to change Japan for the better. And I'm already donating to two organizations who are supporting kids who are living in poverty and so on and so forth. So I love to help out the younger generations much more in the future too. So it'd be great if you can support me as well. Okay, so then everyone, thank you so much for listening. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.